My name's Rafael, you're watching Rock and Roll Garage, and today I'm going to tell you what was George Harrison's opinion on Gary Moore. But first, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. Well, they were friends, they had the chance to play together, and Gary even participated in the Traveling Wilbury song, She's My Baby. He played on that song as well, which was a supergroup formed by George, Bob, Dylan, Tom Petty, Roy Orbison, and Jeff Lynne. And this is what George said about Gary Moore in that song and as a guitarist in an interview that was recovered by Reeling in the Years. And this is what that was given in 1990. This is what George said. Gary lives by me. He's my neighbor, and he's been around for a long time. But I've known him for just about 4 or 5 years now, since he moved and lived near me. When we did that song, I just thought, well, it has to have a guitar solo put it on it. I could imagine me or Jeff Lynne trying to figure out a guitar solo that would not really be in that style. I thought, well, why not just get Gary to play it? He came along, it took him 5 minutes. It's brilliant, great player. Harrison was then asked if he thought Moore was one of the best guitar players in the world, and he replied, he is actually. I don't know if from his records yet, if that's come across, but I've had the privilege of seeing him playing just in a little room quietly, and he's incredible. I mean, apart from the fact that he's fast, it's not just the speed that impresses me, but he's got a great sense of melody and improvisation and also pitch. You know, when he bends those strings, he goes straight to the note. It's not all flapping about, between like a lot of players. Then Harrison talked about what he thought it was keeping him from going all the way in his albums. Well, he started out with like a heavy metal kind of record. Now his new album, or his latest album, is sort of a comebacked off heavy. It's sort of like blues, but more sort of a heavy blues. But I think he's gonna become more focused in what he likes and what he wants. I personally like to hear him play some things on acoustic guitar, all kinds of different things, because there's more to him than what you hear, than that loud big Marshall stack of amplifiers, that kind of stuff. And that's an incredible statement by George that he talked about Gary Moore back then. And Harrison's profile on Instagram, which is managed by his state, posted a really interesting thing about Gary a few years ago, of what George said about him as well. This is what he said. He's an unbelievable guitar player. With guitar players like him around, it makes me just feel like a skiffler. That's what George said. And he played also, George played on Gary Moore's song, That Kind of Woman, which was from his best-selling album, his most famous album, Still Got the Blues, released in 1990. And Gary really was a good friend of George, and he played on George's final full-length concert, which happened in April 6, 1992. The opening acts were Joe Walsh and Gary Moore. And by the end of Harrison's show, they played While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and both of them joined him on stage. And Ringo Starr played the drums that night. So it's an amazing performance. You can see it here on YouTube. And it's really interesting to see George, who is one of the greatest guitar players of all time, one of the greatest songwriters of all time, talking about someone like Gary Moore, because Gary started, he played in many bands, including a band called Skid Row, which is not the American one, but it was a band from his early days as a musician called Skid Row. And then, obviously, he achieved fame as the guitarist of Thin Lizzy. Amazing job he did with the band while he was in it. And obviously his solo career is amazing. He's worked with Phil Lynott as a solo act, as a duo. Many incredible songs came out of it, and he was just an incredible legendary player, who sadly already left us as well, like George. And it's really interesting to see a legendary guitar playing pointing to this and saying how incredible that Gary Moore was. So this is a really interesting thing. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave your comment, tell me if you like Gary or not, and let's talk about it. If you want to read more, go to the description and visit the article I wrote about it, okay? Thank you for watching, and I see you later.